Whether you're aspiring to be a general manager or you're simply curious about the strategic maneuvers in this leadership position, I promise you this will be an esteemed, genuinely interesting conversation for you to sit and watch, learn, and listen. Well, today we shall be delving into the different insights, the challenges, the triumphs when it comes to this leadership position. Of course, with my esteemed guest today, Mr. Mushabe Daniel. Thank you for joining me.
Thank you so much for coming over to have a chat with me. I hope what we're going to discuss will be beneficial to our viewers.
I'm also sure you will give us valuable perspectives. Well, for starters, you're the general manager of Mount Mary, right?
Yes, I am.
So was it general manager's born, or was it passion? Was it a dream? Is it something you were nurtured into as you were growing up? First of all, explain that to our dear viewer.
I don't know where I can begin from. It's not something that I was destined to have,
Okay,
and I'm also not thinking it's the only. I'm stopping at the level of general manager.
okay,
Have great dreams. I've always tried to be ambitious, but first of all, Mount Mary Petroleum. It's a petroleum company.
mm-hmm.
I've been in this business from June 4th. I hope I will not scare you. 2003. So
Okay,
I've been in this for
a long
now it's
time.
21 years. I've been in fuel business for 21 years. I did start at a level of a general manager. I started as a sales representative. I became a territory manager.
Wow.
I became a sales manager, sales and marketing manager, and here I am as a general manager of the company.
Wow, that's quite interesting.
Yes.
So Mr. Mushabe, what's your opinion when it comes to career guidance in our country today? Do you feel like it's taken as a big deal, or it's still lacking?
Um, in so many ways, it's lacking.
Okay.
Um, there is less guidance to the young people. You maybe also because of less exposure and maybe less opportunities. So when a child comes to maybe the parent says, "I'm choosing this course. I want to be this,"
Mm-hmm.
without diverging in so much, we let them be, and along the way you find maybe it's not the passion it's not something that they really wanted.
Mm.
But also schools, I don't think they are doing much, because even I remember in our time we hardly got people to guide us. Like these are the things, but some schools are now doing it. These are the things that you need to call like old boys. I see it like
Mm.
one of the schools that my son goes to. They call old boys in different sectors to inspire, to talk about their careers, and so that they can bring the young children, the students can have someone to look up to.
Mm.
So it's not taken so seriously. The child comes, says, "I want to become a lawyer." Maybe even it's not a passion because he's seen someone has made lots of money and doesn't know how that money has come about. "I want to become a doctor," but when you look to be a doctor, you need to be good at certain subjects, science subjects, but you find that your child is not so good at those subjects. Or even as we parents, we force children to take career paths that they are not interested in. If you're a soldier, you want your child to become a soldier. And along the way, they get frustrated.
Yeah,
Yes.
I get your point. Well, what advice could you maybe give to the mentors, to people out there, or even parents, like you mentioned, not to maybe force their kids into certain entrepreneurial journeys? What advice would you give? How can we fight these loopholes in career guidance in our country?
We can fight them, first of all, by we need to expose, first of all, or as teachers, it's teachers, students, teachers and parents.
Mm.
We need to look at, you cannot force someone to do something that they are not interested in doing. First of all, we need to see the interest of students, what they want, what students want to do, their interest, their passion, where they have a passion, not because something makes so much money. What's the use of making so much money when you are so frustrated, when you hate your job,
Oh, yeah.
when you hate your job so much? I remember something I saw, some person in the US, some lady was a court interpreter. When she wanted to quit, she started writing
Mm.
she was supposed to be interpreting stuff. Then she wrote a whole page, I hate my job, I hate my job, I hate my job. Then
Wow.
that's what she wrote, I quit. So let's see that, of course that's an extreme, but something that people are interested in. So a student, that is something that they are interested in.
Wow. So,
Yes.
Mr. Mshavi also mentioned about the variety of certain things you've done that have led to you being the general manager.
Yes.
What's your story back then at school? Was it what were you looking up to? What was what you wanted to do in the future what you're doing now?
Of course, as a student, as you grow up, you have different dreams. You want to be this, you want to be that, you want. But I really looked forward to a corporate life. It's what I've always looked up to. Wake up, go to office, have this so-called shiny kind of job. It's yes something that I've looked up to. That's I've always wanted to do. But what has led me to this? It's mainly hard work, to be honest. And that's in the film industry. It's such a very small industry that what if you are doing a bad thing here, it's easy to be known around.
Okay.
It's easy to be known around. So it's commitment, work, hard working, and honest that has made me grow through the levels. In the film industry, I've only applied for the starting job that I started in June 2003. That's where I applied. But the rest have been headhunted in the last companies that I've worked for.
Wow.
Because it's a small industry, people get to know who's who and all that.
Well, sharing your key milestones has brought me to maybe this question. As the general manager of Mount Meru, how is the sector faring for now?
The sector is having so many challenges. Like I don't know if you've heard this. The government is we are in a lot of uncertainties. Like there is a Petroleum Supply Act that has just been passed by Parliament. We are going to be importing through UNOC, that's Uganda National Oil Company, as the sole suppliers of this market. And there is a lot of uncertainties because from time immemorial we've always imported through our sister Kenyan companies. So now we're going to be importing from one person, one entity, that's UNOC. And it should have started in November, but also it has not started because of so many challenges. I don't know if you're aware of them, like the Kenyan government, some individuals in Kenya have stopped UNOC from getting a license to import through Kenya. But nevertheless, it is still continuing. We're importing the old way. But like also other sectors who were affected by COVID, because you know what we sell. We sell fuel. There was no movement, and when there is no movement, we are not making money. We are not selling fuel. So we were affected. It had a bad effect on us, just like most sectors of the economy, but mainly ours because there was no movement. So we suffered heavily.
Well, as we were discussing earlier on before this whole conversation, you talked about being so much into field work. What are some of the setbacks or maybe the challenges you've encountered as the general manager?
I don't know if you want to talk about where I started from when I was in the field.
It is all fine. It is okay.
It's all fine. Eh? You see, in this field industry, the challenges that we see, like exactly the same thing that we are talking about career. Even the business, like you need to be interested and you need to have made background research on something. We've encountered businessmen, like people who have gone into fuel business and lost all their money. Because the fuel business is something that needs total commitment. It's something that you cannot delegate. I don't know if you know about that. You cannot delegate fuel. Why can't you delegate and just keep quiet? You cannot delegate mainly because fuel is easily convertible into cash. If you came to me and said, Dan, give me 100,000 shillings, and I said, no, I don't have money, take this jerrycan of fuel and sell it. In a second, you just turn around the corner and sell it. It is easily convertible. So it's like cash. It's like cash. But some people don't get to see that. You go and start a fuel station, you put your children, you put your wife, or you put your husband. And if you're not constantly monitoring, you lose every coin. I've seen so many people burn their fingers. And some of course, those are some of the challenges. You go, someone comes to you when we're even now when you're doing field work, said, can I get a dealership from you? Someone brings his millions of shillings. You give them a petrol station to run. By the time you go to audit, there is all the money is gone, is lost, and the person cannot trace where the money got lost from.
I get your point.
So if your business is, you cannot delegate it. It's like I've told you, it's something, the need to steal is so high. You need to be there. The transporter will steal from you. The pump attendants will try to steal from you. Your manager will try to steal from you. Your own children will
So you
try
have
to
to
steal
be
from you.
keen.
So you need to be keen and put things in place so that you don't lose money.
Wow, that makes me think of, you know, when it comes to leadership and managerial roles,
Yes.
it leads to most people, like, for example, you as the general manager, it makes you deal with over so many kinds of people.
Yes.
How do you manage to foster positivity in your team?
First of all, as a leader, you need to have empathy. It
Okay.
is something that people under you have to look up to. You need to have empathy. You ask people how simple things. How do you feel? How are your children? How is
Communication.
you communicate? Yeah, communication and also empathy. Someone says, "I'm sick. I'm taking my kid to hospital." You cannot say, "No, no, no. Last time the child was sick, so why are you going today?" I mean, she does not choose, or he does not choose when the child falls sick. Those are some of the things. The small things do matter a lot. Empathy is the most important thing. And also, being a man of your word. You can't be two-faced and become a good leader.
Yeah.
You can't be two-faced and then become a good leader. You need to, your word, people wonder, you should take your word to the bank. He's told me this is what's going to happen. Not someone has told me this, then, and also avoiding work politics. You know, the things, sending spy on so and so, what are they doing? These nitty-gritty is personal things, to go into personal things. Because in this industry, you find people following, has he fueled, where has he gone, does he take a company car to such and such a place? You know, you can't keep following someone. And like they say, if you decided to follow, if you say you're driving from here to Arua, even if you're the best driver, you were born to make a traffic offense, and if I'm following from here to Arua, I will have you arrested. So you cannot. There are some things, nitty-gritty things, small things that you need. Sometimes you need to overlook. None of us is perfect.
I get your point.
Yes.
Well, for our delightful viewer, of course,
Yes.
Someone who is aspiring to maybe be a general manager someday, what steps would you lead them through for them to be successful in their career? What are those things they cannot do away without if they want to be good general managers in any company they lead at?
Of course, knowledge. Knowledge is important. I cannot. I cannot leave this place and you tell me that I will go and become a head chef of the Sheraton or Serena.
Yeah, of course.
So you need to knowledge either through education, through experience. Number one is knowledge.
Are there those specific courses they should maybe stick up to, maybe for someone in uni right now?
In like in the fuel industry, mine of course by that time it's mainly through experience. I'm a graduate of BCom, and I was recruited and trained on job.
Okay.
But of course, you know, there's in BCom there's management and marketing, accounting, and all those things. But yes, but right now there are courses, but mainly to do with oil and gas, and especially on the downstream. What the things that are coming up right now. But ours, like our time, it was generally through experience. We were trained on job.
Since you're working in one sector that is booming and has just maybe come up, as we may say, do you mentor some people?
Yes, we do mentor some people.
Okay.
People come to us, we do train them. We train them the same way we were trained by when we joined this industry. When someone comes, we start we do mentor, like some, like if you left, like people who leave school, you've left school, you've come to join us in the sales department, sales and marketing department. I have to take you through all the chain. Actually, you need to start from pumping the fuel to know that you can dispense fuel. Like me, if you took me to the pump, I'll dispense fuel. Then there are many things: the bookkeeping, the stockkeeping, how to measure fuel, how to offload, lots and lots of things. Yes, we do. People come to us and they are mentored and they are trained to run a fuel station or manage an area, a given area.
Well, come to think of it, do you think in our country today we mind so much about mentorship? To what extent do we take it serious?
I think mentoring is kind of lacking, to be honest with you. There is, I think right now, the way I see things, everyone is in a hurry to make a buck, to have time to mentor.
Yeah.
And the society that we are raising our children, we are raising our people, it emphasizes mainly, I want results. How you get those results does not matter. And you find like a star performer is someone who is bringing results, but at what cost? Are they genuinely being gotten? You recruit someone, say for example, to go and do sales. Say every day is selling a truck, selling a lot of fuel. But when you go to discover, you find maybe they're not being honest, they're giving different prices. Along the run, you find the company has lost money and the person you go into litigation. So the emphasis is mainly on results alone. It should be a complete person, not only results.
Wow.
Yes.
Well, how do you balance strategic decision making in day to day, as your role as the general manager? How do you manage? Take us through a day in your life as a general manager.
A day in my life, basically when I leave this place, I get to office. By 7:38, there are mails to reply. We have heads of department meetings, a brief meeting to know what is pending. If there are orders missing, then we all look at, because we sell fuel, we look at stations. Do they have enough fuel to take them? Because at least as a rule, we maintain at least 5 days stock.
Okay.
Is it there? When are we getting the next product? Where are we loading from? It's a lot of all those things. Then meetings. Yes.
Okay. You talked about the qualities some of those people have to maybe be a general manager one day.
Yes.
What I would love to get to know about the skills. What skills would I need for someone aspiring to be a general manager someday? What are those skills that I need to be dealing with?
A general manager of
Anything.
anything.
Can be anything.
Yes,
yeah.
yes. Anything, like we've discussed, the skills you need to know. You're going to be a general manager. If it's a farm, you need to know about farming. Knowledge is number one. Number two, you need to have people skills. How do you interact with people? It's very interpersonal skills. Those are very, very important things. Like I've also emphasized on the issue. You see, we are not dealing with machines. We are dealing with human beings. The issue of empathy is very, very important. Extremely important. You need to be kind to people, but of course also stand. You cannot say, yeah, I want to do this. Okay, you that kind of soft person. Empathy, but with a stand. And quick judgment. You need to have a sense of judgment, situational awareness of things. It comes in handy.
Wow.
Yes.
You've talked about this whole thing with passion, so much passion, which makes me wonder and want to know,
yes,
what is maybe that memorable moment at one time that shaped you for you to be like, yes, this is something I have to lead on. I will be a general manager someday. Any memorable story, any moments that you remember?
Like they say, there's this saying, common saying, I hope I get it right. Some men are born great, others achieve greatness, and others have greatness bestowed upon them. I think you know
Yes,
that.
yes.
Mine, I think it's a combination of striving for excellence, achieving greatness, and it's through trying to achieve greatness that greatness, if you call being a general manager being great, that it has been bestowed upon me. Because it's not my company that I run, that I've appointed myself. It's the owners who have seen my hard work, my passion. I try to work for excellence, and I've said no. This guy he has what it takes. So it's a combination of two. It's not that I was born great.
Wow.
Greatness was bestowed upon me, and I've also achieved greatness.
So for someone
And also
watching,
I'm also saying, no, this is not my final destination. I have big dreams.
still looking ahead.
I'm looking ahead, and that's why I'm doing whatever I'm doing right now well, trying to do it well, so that it does not soil my path.
Wow. Wow. So thank you very much for sharing with us some of the key milestones you've achieved as a general manager,
Yes.
which will lead us to a very short break as we